Breaking news coming in, big India Today exclusive. It's now confirmed Pakistan Air Force F-16 aircraft was shot down by Wing Commander Abhinandan, and that kill, the first ever in the history of aviation, a MiG-21 shooting down an F-16, has officially been attributed to Wing Commander Abhinandan. The Indian Air Force has now put its official stamp of approval on Wing Commander Abhinandan's Pak F-16 kill. He was the only pilot. Wing Commander Abhinandan was the only pilot who fired during the air engagement, and he gave an official radio call confirming the missile launch, and then he fell silent. So we now officially know through top sources in the Indian Air Force that it was Wing Commander Abhinandan who fired the R-73 air-to-air missile before being hit by a Pakistan AMRAAM missile. The Indian Air Force MiG-21 and the Sukhoi 30's MKI. Now they dodged the AMRAAM missile before one missile. So Pakistan fired multiple AMRAAMs. One succeeded in hitting Wing Commander Abhinandan's MiG-21, but this was after he had shot down the F-16 of Pakistan Air Force. I quickly want to cut across to India Today's consultant editor Shiv Arur for more on this. Shiv, you're breaking this big story. The Indian Air Force now saying that yes, it was Wing Commander Abhinandan who got down that F-16.
Remember, Gaurav, so far there has been, a lot of claims and counterclaims. There has been a lot of misinformation and fog of war. And even though there have been a couple of statements from the Indian Air Force so far, there was nothing specific from the Indian Air Force about who had shot down the F-16, whether it was Abhinandan and the circumstances. We're now confirming on India Today that the Pakistan F-16 fighter jet shoot down or kill is being officially attributed to Wing Commander Abhinandan Varthaman. Now the circumstances around this engagement which took place over the Sundarbani Naushera sector of the line of control are still, there are many details that are still up, but what we do know is that there was a group of over 20 fighter jets from Pakistan and 8 fighter jets from India that was scrambled from the Srinagar and Avantipora bases. We can also confirm the other major bit of information now, Gaurav, that the only missile, the only weapon fired during that aerial combat was the R-73 missile from the MiG-21 that Abhinandan was flying. So the last radio call that he made, just before firing that missile, was that he has a missile lock on, a Pakistani jet, and he's going ahead and engaging. He did not turn back, and that's one of the reasons why he was, subsequently shot down. But the two big breaking points that add detail amidst this fog of war: Abhinandan is officially being attributed or credited with shooting down a Pakistani jet, which the Air Force says is an F-16. And point number 2, which is amazing given the circumstances, the missile that he fired is the only weapon that was unleashed by the group of 8 Indian Air Force fighter jets that were in the air at that time. Remember, Gaurav, that AMRAAMs were fired by the Pakistani jets, at least 4 or 5 AMRAAMs, one of which is understood to have hit Abhinandan's jet. So it's actually a very dramatic picture if you look at it. The 2 missiles would have been in the air at the same time. Abhinandan's R-73 would have hit a Pakistani jet, and that inbound AMRAAM would have thereafter hit Abhinandan's jet while he was, moving in another direction. So that's what may have happened.
So Shiv, this is exceptional valor. This is, bravery beyond the call of duty, and literally, Shiv, in the line of fire where Wing Commander Abhinandan, he spots an F-16, he charges at that F-16, gets into a position that with his 1960s vintage, of course upgraded Bison, MiG-21 Bison, he fires at an F-16 and gets the F-16. That's sensational. First time in the history of aviation, F-16 brought down by a MiG-21, Shiv.
He's the toast of the aviation world. There can be no doubt about it, Gaurav. The fact that he was flying a MiG-21 Bison, a highly capable aircraft for this kind of air defense interception against much more capable fighters. And we now have, that there is strong evidence that I've been able to look at that there were F-16s, JF-17s, as well as Mirage 3 fighters. Remember, the Pakistanis had come in to conduct a strike on a brigade headquarters kilometers, south of the Pir Panjal. But what we can say for sure is that this was a fighter pilot, Wing Commander Abhinandan, who's currently recuperating in a hospital in Delhi, let's remember, with a spinal injury as a result of that ejection, is someone who had a missile lock. He decided to pursue that fighter, with blood in his eyes perhaps. He decided to pursue that fighter because he had a lock. It was obviously an extremely tense moment, but he took a decision knowing full well, Gaurav, the risks he was probably taking so close to the line of control. It was unfortunate that his jet was hit with an AMRAAM missile perhaps just shortly after he unleashed his own missile. But the big development now that we can confirm for the first time here in India today is, amidst all the claims and counter-claims, amidst the continuing fact, Gaurav, that Pakistan still does not acknowledge that one of its jets was shot down, much less an F-16. Here you've got the Indian Air Force, a far more credible and professional service, affirming officially, putting its stamp on credit to Abhinandan for shooting down that plane, because his was the only missile that was fired during that engagement.
Absolutely, real Top Gun there, Wing Commander Abhinandan Varthaman. But
thanks for watching the video. For more such news and updates, please like, share and subscribe to India Today. Also check out our other great videos from our channel. We know you would love to.